Okay, and we're back doing another tier list. This one's going to be a bit different. This is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list. Now, I know this isn't NFL or Madden related, but if you don't know, I am a huge Nintendo fan. And I love Mario Kart. Even though I haven't played many, I've only played the Wii 8 Deluxe, and I guess Tour. Not really, but yeah. And with the release of Wave 2, the DLC, I thought I'd make a tier list. And these are going to be my opinions keyword, on these tracks. Starting off with the tiers, we have best. These are the maps where if you're in online and these are one of the free maps that pop up, you are going to pick it. Great. These are maps where, once again, if they pop up, you are more than likely going to pick it. You don't enjoy them quite as much, but they are still a great map nonetheless. Good is, a map that isn't the greatest, but you still enjoy a lot. Average is, average. It's good, it's bad, it's a bit of both. Below average is tracks, aren't good, but they're, they have something to it at least. Bad is, horrible. They're pretty rough to play, but you still play them. And horrible and near unplayable, these are the maps that I never pick, and I hate when they get picked. Starting off, we have Mario Kart Stadium. And personally, I think this is probably a good map to start out on. I say this is probably good. You probably want to know why. It's, one of the easier maps in the game. So, if you're a new player or not much experience, or just aren't good at the game, this is a great map to play. It's got a great backdrop, got a nice night, with everything. It just looks beautiful. And yeah, I think this is one of the better maps in the game. Next, we head in Water Park. Me personally, I think this is great. I love this map. This was one of the first maps I ever played. When Mario Kart 8 came out. Just, was great, Still sticks to me to this day. I think it's still a great map. Great, background. The music's very good. Once again, another course, not as easy as Mario Kart 8, I'd say, but still easy for beginners. Yeah. Next, we have Sweet Sweet Canyon. I personally think this one is average. Now, what I'm going to say is, one, the donut shortcut is very hard to perform. I shouldn't say that. For a new player, it's pretty hard to perform. Sometimes, if you mess it up, it's going to be a huge time loss. You're going to be stuck in the slow, with having to go around a donut. It's going to be bad. Especially on the last lap, you're going to lose a lot of positions and won't be able to catch up. The background, it's a very nice background. The music's okay. I wouldn't say it's very good, but I'm not opposed to it. And yeah. Next, we have Bruins. This is a map I'd say is good. Personally, I've had great experience with this map. Dating all the way back to the Wii U. This was one of my most played maps on the Wii U easily. The stuff I love about this map is the kind of, shortcuts that are optional, and the amount of, split sections. As soon as you start, if you're doing time trials, you start out with free mushrooms. Right at the very beginning, there's a ramp off to the left in the grass. You can do that. It's a nice little time skip. And then, once you get past that, there's the little section where you can either drive on the wall where the little gear or whatever, the Indiana Jones type boulder thing will come rolling out. Or, you can just drive on the floor. And then after that, there's you can either drive on the sides or up the middle, depending on if the ramp is open yet. And then if you choose the sides, you could also take a little wall section up there as well. And there's also nice little swamps you have to watch out for. I think it's a very good map. And then obviously the final shortcut at the very end, where there's the ramp that's, I sometimes struggle with, especially in online lobbies with too many people, but I think it's still a great map with all that diversity. Next, we have the Mario Circuit. This, in my opinion, is one of the most average maps you will see. This is one of the best maps for a beginner. It's got little to no obstacles to avoid other than standards like Goombas and Piranha Plants. It's got a nice few ramps that you can use to get a little speed boost and stuff. It's very open, so there's not many sections, if any at all, really, that you can fall off. I mean, and it's nice and cool. It makes a nice little 8. That was a nice little decoration that they had. Or an infinity symbol. Whatever one. Next is Toad Harbor. I'm going to say good for this one. This map, once again, is a nice and interesting map with multiple ways to go. Instantly, you start out with a little ramp on the side that's over the water. If you fall, it's a huge time loss. But if you get it, you're going to get a nice little boost. Then you can also go on top of these little shops things or whatever. That's pretty cool. And then also, I don't know if many people notice, but in the back corner of those shops, if you're on the bottom, there's a speed boost somewhere. That might be worth taking. Then instantly you're at another section where you can go on the lower part of the road or the higher part. The higher part obviously is harder to perform. I don't believe it saves much time at all but yeah. Then obviously probably the most important one is you can either stay on the ground or you can go on the side of the wall. And then the final one is at the very end. You can either continue going straight or you can take a left and get a speed boost. I don't know which one's faster. I think the only reason you would go for the speed boost one, I think, is either an idle box or a coin. I don't remember which one. Next, we have Twisted Mansion, and this is actually going to be my first below average. I personally just do not like this map. You'd think I'd like it because of the amount of ways to split off. Obviously, it's there's 2 paths basically the whole time. At the very beginning, you then have the library shortcut if you have a mushroom or a star or a bullet or stuff like that. And then obviously there's the underwater section that splits into 2 parts. And then probably the best thing about this track, well, not this, but also in the little other bit of the mansion after that underwater glider section, you go 2 ways, up or down. Is the best part is probably if you have a mushroom or free mushrooms, something, there's a massive shortcut you can take just going through the grass. It's nice and open, but there is a few obstacles such as statues and walls to avoid. So if you get stuck on one of those and you only have 3 mushrooms, that could be a bit of a bad situation if you run out of mushrooms and get stranded out there. Next we have Shy Guy Falls. This is another one I'm going to put in below average. This one I don't really like. It's one, where the scenery looks absolutely beautiful. I love the scenery of it, but that's about it. The waterfall section doesn't really, reach out to me. There's not many, alternate paths you can take. Besides, I guess 2. There's the one after the waterfall where you take a little glider ramp. You can go up into this little, cave section, but you instantly go right out, so it's not much. I think it's just to get coins. And then there's the shortcut where if you have a mushroom, you can take, and it's a huge time save. But it's also kind of hard to perform, so. And yeah, other than that, it doesn't really have much to offer. I'm going to say below average. Next, we have Dolphin Shoals. This might stun some people. I'm going to say bad on this. I don't like it. I like the underwater concept. I like the ramps at the very beginning. But after that, where you go into the pipe section where you get, how do I say this in a non-weird way? The pipe, I'm not even, if you know the track, it kind of levitates you. Then you can also take this little eel thing and trick off of it. It's pretty simple, but you can also go underneath it if you happen to, one, miss it, or two, fall off of the eel. And then you're outside of the little underwater cave. You're on this little rock bridge type thing. You go onto a glider, and there's a huge shortcut at the end that can, get you a few places. If you have a mushroom or star, stuff like that. I just don't like it. I don't really like the scenery. The music doesn't stick out to me as much as it should. I'm gonna say it's bad. Next we have Electrodrome. This is one I'm gonna put an average. By the way, these are in no specific order by tiers. Like for example, I don't think Sweet Sweet Canyon's better than Electrodrome if I do this. I personally think Electrodrome is better than Sweet Sweet Canyon. But I can't really change it, and I'm not going to. I really like the music on this map. I really like, the colors and stuff. It kind of looks like, a little party on a dance floor, The music's great. You have the little disco ball there, great detail. It'll flash colors, if you're driving at it. It's just great. Then you have the little section where you split off and you pick either the green or pink path, which adds that little bit of diversity on what path you take, which I really enjoy. There's not many obstacles. It is kind of easy to fall off if you're not the greatest player. The only real obstacle there is besides falling off the map is the piranha plant at the end. But also conveniently behind the piranha plant is a nice shortcut. If you have mushrooms, you can take it. And that's the end of the lap. Also, really like the huge glider section. That is a great spot to hit someone out of the air if you can. And yeah, I think it's... did I put an average? I did not mean to put in average. I meant to put in good. I'm an idiot. Oh. We have our first best. I'm trying to pick it. There we go. Mount Oreo. I love this map. This map just has so much variety to it. You instantly start off on something, I don't know what it is, and then you go down onto the mountain. I think it's a great detail. You're then going down a ski path where there is a few little ramp sections you can take. One of my favorite parts, if not my favorite part, is the Shroomer shortcut you can take right before lap 2. It's... kind of hard to tell, notice, if you're a beginning player, but if you know the shortcut, it is a huge time save. Then after that, you kind of can split into technically 2 paths. There's just the normal one, and there's the glider path for the water. If you take the normal way, you're going to be going down like a waterfall type thing, and if you take the glider path, you're going to be gliding down it, and then you're also going to be able to trick off of rocks and stuff. And then after that, you get back into the building. You have this little water section with item boxes or something moving. I don't remember. And then you're at the little tree section. No, not tree section. It splits into 5 paths, I believe. One being a mushroom one you have to. And then also one having a boost panel. And then you're into the tree sections. Then you're into the final lap where you're back in a ski section. And then at the end where you go into the glider, I feel like going through the hoops is so much of a challenge. And then if you have a mushroom at the end, you can take a little shortcut. That might get you a few spots, but it's not a big shortcut. Next we have Cloudtop Cruise. This is horrible, in my opinion. I never picked this map. I don't like it. That's kind of all it is. You start out, you're on like a little... Ooh, what did I press? You start out on a vine. Fun fact, the vine you're starting on is actually from a block. We'll get to that later on. You then have kind of just a straight drive. There's then this little trampoline type thing that's orange and yellow. You can take for a bit of boost. There's not many alternate paths. You then go on this little mini Bowser ship, where you take two paths. You then meet back up instantly and go inside of a cloud where there's these boost panels, but be careful because they can be struck by lightning and spin you out. After that, you start get out of the cloud. You glide down to where the item box is, and it has a vine coming out of it. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. There is a little shortcut at the end, but it is kind of hard to perform, especially for a lot of people. But it can save you a lot of time in places, positions, I should say, if you manage to pull it off. The music, I just hate. The scenery's nothing special. And yeah. Next we have Bone Dry Dunes. This is a bad map in my opinion. I don't really have anything, good about it to say, but I don't have anything, that will put it down into horrible either. So instantly you start out in kind of this red sand type place. Sorry, to drink some water. And yeah, just kind of drive for a while. You then get to this little circle section where you could either go left or right, or you can go up the middle if you have a mushroom. And yeah, it's kind of all there is to it. There's a lot of alternate paths, but none of them save that much time. And then on the second lap, I believe you can go to an upper section, which is, for me, I find difficult to pull off. But it's a great way to get extra coins and a little boost. And at the end, there's this nice shortcut if you have a mushroom that you can go in between some bones. And yeah, it's basically save a few seconds, take a few positions if it's a close race, and skip a whole corner. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to probably split this into 4 videos. We're going to break down 16 courses each video. And yeah. Next we have Bowser's Castle. This is personally a great map in my opinion. I really like the fact that, at the very beginning, stuff changes. Makes it more difficult every time. But also as you start, the way the gate opens is just a great touch. So you cross a bridge, you go inside Bowser's Castle. In the first lap, there won't be anything special at the beginning. You'll then drive around a bit, going on this little net cage thing. And then you'll have to dodge 2 obstacles. You'll have to dodge a little spiky ball that'll swing left and right. And then after that, you have to dodge a bunch of fire. And then after that, you go either left or right, and then a statue of Bowser will hit boost panels, temporarily disabling them, and that can be a huge impact if a player gets stuck behind the hand or gets squished by the hand. And then after that, there's not too many alternate paths, I believe. You meet back up after a glider section, which can be very intense. Then you have an alternate path where you can either go up or down. It doesn't really save much time. You have to dodge from boulders in the process, and then you're at the finish line. Then the way the laps get harder is I believe the second lap there will be a laser, and then in the third lap the laser will move. And yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, Rainbow Road. People might be upset that I don't put this in. You know what? We will. At the moment, this is a best. This is before waves 3 through 6 come out. Obviously, only waves 1 through 2 has. At the moment, this is the best Rainbow Road easily. And it's obviously not going to be a correct tier list, in my opinion, if you don't have at least one Rainbow Road in best. This one is very fun. It is also probably the hardest map in the game at the moment. You start out at the beginning. You take a few turns. You then get to this glider section. And then you get to this section where there is red and green conveyor belts. If you go on the red one, you're gonna be slower. The green one, yeah, you're gonna be faster. They're just red and green arrows. They're not actually red and green. Uh, then you have this little section where there will be boost pads. They'll switch on you, so be careful. On the left and right, something you can do is hit the left one and then the right one, or vice versa, depending on what the order is, and you'll get a bit of extra boost. Now, what I personally like to do in this map, that's kind of first little split path, is I'll try and stay on the lower path. And if I, take the double boost panel and take me to the top half, I instantly drop down to the lower path. And then you can do a little skip. And then you can do another little skip. The second one is very hard. I haven't even gotten good at that yet. I'm only good at the first one. Yeah, but you basically take those, assuming you don't take the shortcut that I don't think Nintendo really designed for. You're going to be taking two different paths until you meet up at the end, and there's going to be kind of the inside path and the path of boost panels. It's kind of up to you which path to take. I believe the inside lane is faster, obviously. And then you're at the finish line. That's one lap done. And our final track we'll do is, at the moment, is Mumu Meadows. This, personally, I'm going to put in great. This is probably the go-to map, I'd say, for beginners. Maybe Baby Park. But, I don't know. I feel like that's too chaotic for a beginner. This one, there's not many obstacles. There's only really cows to dodge. And Monty Moles. But you take a turn, and then you're going to be in this little grass field kind of area where cows will be walking across. You have to dodge them. If you have mushrooms, you can kind of go through the grass and get shortcuts. And then once you're through that little section, you're going to have kind of a straightaway section. There's going to be a small blue ramp that you can take, but it's nothing special. And I believe after that, there is then an alternate path choice. You can either continue on the ground, or you can go up a ramp that takes you to a glider ramp. You can basically glide over it. And then if you stay on the ground, you can take the boost ramp that, boosts you over this little hill. Or you can just elect to go around it and skip the boost ramp and just go around the hill. And then you'll be at the finish line. If you have mushrooms or stars, you can actually go through these hills as well. And that's about it. It's a very quick track as well, so, it's not very long. Say you hate the track, it's not long, so you don't have to deal with it for very long. And yeah. But that's going to do it for part 1 of this video. I believe there is 64 courses now with the DLC, which I do own, so I do, have experience with it already. I have already gotten the gold 3 stars you can get on every track for every difficulty, like everything. And yeah, but that's going to do it for part 1. I'll probably put this out on Tuesday, and we'll probably, I think, assuming I don't have to do anything on Tuesday. At the moment, I don't. And I'll probably do one every Tuesday until, we have the 4th one out. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. This is just also going to be a temporary video. This is nowhere, this isn't saying, oh, I'm switching to Mario content. No, I'm going to continue doing NFL and Madden. This is just kind of something to tie me over when I'm not doing Falcons franchise, because even though I enjoyed a lot, well, I don't enjoy the streams as much, but I still enjoy them. That's tiring, and I'm only good for like one, a day. And obviously I don't want to do too much and go, way too overboard. So yeah, kind of pacing myself. I'm doing this as kind of a little fun video to take a break from that. And I especially don't want to quit, NFL and Madden, with Madden 23 right around the corner in the NFL season in a few weeks. Well, it's already here, but like actual NFL, not preseason. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. In the next episode, we'll cover 16 more tracks. I don't know if the order will change, but I am going to get off this tier list maker site. And yeah, but if it doesn't change, you'll expect Mario Circuit, Cheap Cheap Beach, Toad, Turnpike, Dry Desert, and more. But yeah, once again, in case you're curious, I do think a lot of tracks could fit into the best category, but that's kind of the elite category. That's for a very exclusive categories where only the top 5, maybe 7, 8 tracks go. And yeah, but with everything done, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I did. See you next time. This is coming out on Tuesday. Hopefully, you'll have 3 more every Tuesday. For the next 3 weeks after this upcoming Tuesday. It is currently Sunday, and yeah, goodbye.